Who do you got at 5?
5 is where I have another wily old vet. Sort of, I don't know if he's wily old, but you get the idea. It's Davante Adams.
Yeah, hey, look at us in lockstep. That's where I have Davante Adams.
Look at us. Who'd have thought? Yeah, Adams is number 5. He's close to Diggs. The edge goes to the continuity that Diggs has and the fact that he has Josh Allen. Adams, it's, call a spade. Going from Aaron Rodgers to Derek Carr is a drop-off. We like Derek Carr. Derek Carr's a good quarterback. It's a drop-off going from Aaron Rodgers to Derek Carr. But that being said, we're talking about one of the best wide receivers in the NFL over the past 3 seasons. Davante Adams is one of the best route runners in the NFL. He's got, I would say, maybe the best footwork at the line of scrimmage at the wide receiver position in the NFL. He's got a nose for the end zone. I know, again, it's with Rodgers, but he averages a touchdown per game for his career at home. He's a layup for double-digit scores. Maybe not double-digit scores, but he's a layup to score at home, basically, for his career. Does that change a little bit now playing in Vegas? Maybe. But the glass half full from like an intangible perspective is he's closer to home and he's playing with his college quarterback. So there's not too much of a drop-off as far as potential rapport. It's been a while since he played with Derek Carr, but they have played together. Dating back to their Fresno State days. This is a Raiders offense that we expect to take a step forward from a passing perspective this year. Maybe not to the extent that we're bullish on the Vikings, but they do bring in Josh McDaniels. They move away from the John Gruden disaster, I think we can call it. And it's going to be more of a pass-first offense. They add Davante Adams, who has been a 150-target floor for his career. So the likes of Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller might see a bit of a drop-off as far as involvement. But those are pretty damn good. I wouldn't even call them ancillary pieces because I think that's doing both of them a disservice. This is going to be a difficult offense to defend. And Davante Adams is, just adds another element and another layer to that. One of the smartest players at the position, one of the most talented players at the position. While it's because of the trade, I can't rank him higher than 5 out of respect for what he has done in his career, despite the change of scenery. He still remains top 5. He's 5th, but he's top 5.
So, I like you have Davante Adams here, mostly based off of the fact that over the last 2 seasons, he's been a top 2 wide receiver. Yeah, and then he has insane touchdown numbers over the last 2 seasons. I believe it was 11 the year before last year and 18 last year. Insane numbers.
He's a stud.
But who did we have at number 5? And I'm not making a direct comparison here, but who did we have at number 5 in our RB rankings? And it was kind of a ranking that was based on. There's
Derrick
no way
Henry.
I can have him lower than this.
Yeah, Derrick Henry.
And it's not a comparison because we believe a cliff is coming for Derrick Henry, and I do not believe a cliff is coming for Davante Adams. Not at all. But this ranking here is more, to me, based off of what he has done in the league prior to this season, more so than what he will do this year. In 2021, he was number 2 in targets, number 1 in target rate, number 3 in red zone targets, number 3 in targets per snap. Those numbers are not going to be repeatable on the Las Vegas Raiders. They're just not. I like Derek Carr just as much as you. I think Derek Carr is underrated just like you.
He's underrated.
He's not Aaron Rodgers.
He's not great. He's good. He's not that level.
Right. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't pass the same amount as Aaron Rodgers does, and he doesn't hone in on one target like Aaron Rodgers does. I don't think that we're going to, in 2022, see Davante Adams anywhere close to number 2 in targets, number 1 in target rate, number 3 in red zone targets, and number 3 in targets per snap on a team with Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow. And I know you might be thinking, well, Adams outclasses both of those guys. And I agree. Yep. But Adams drew most of his targets from Aaron Rodgers from the slot last year with the Packers. He did. And it was Alan Lazard and MVS and stuff on the outside. Adams drew most of his targets from the slot.
Yeah,
but he should be playing out
yeah.
wide next year, and that is going to change. That's going to change things for him. Hunter Renfrow mans the slot. Darren Waller mans the short to intermediate area of the field. I expect Adams to operate more like
a deep threat.
He will operate more like a Mike Evans in this offense than he will ever have had prior to this, because he was much. Me too. But I do think the amount of targets, the quality of targets, and where those targets were coming to him in the certain area of the field has a lot to do with how safe Davante Adams has been over the last few seasons. And I think that the safety factor with him falls off to a certain extent. And I think his ceiling is wide receiver 5. But I can't rank him lower than that because of what he's done over the last few seasons.
So, for what it's worth, real quick,
mm-hmm.
last year, Aaron Rodgers in 16 games had 531 pass attempts. He missed one game. That was the season finale when the Packers were not playing for anything, I believe.
Right.
Derek Carr in 17 games, so one extra game, had 626 attempts. So he did, in one more game, throw the ball 95 more times. So there is potential for more volume. But yes, Carr is a little bit more of a distributor. So I think what Adams
never had the target competition in Green Bay.
Right. No, and what I was about to say,
Las Vegas.
But what I was about to say is where he might lose in where he might lose in efficiency, he might make up a little bit more in volume, because the Raiders actually did throw the ball. Well, Carr threw the ball more than Rodgers in one extra game, but by almost 100 attempts. So just throwing that out there. Adams is 5th. Not arguing him to go higher. We both have him in the same spot.
I think we're drafting him at 5th is drafting him at his ceiling.
And I have he's not. He's the 5th ranked receiver. I'm drafting him at like the 1-2 turn.
Right.
But if I've got the 10th pick, if I've got anywhere from like the 9th, 10th, 11th pick, and any combination of the top 5 running backs and the top 4 receivers are gone, and maybe Kelsey's gone too, I have no problem taking Adams.